Hey guys, it's Noah Wilson and welcome to iHollywoodTV, the TV show. So today's guest is best known for her roles as Judy Hopps on the Fox police drama 21 Jump Street and Vanessa Russell on the ABC sitcom Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Today she joins me to chat about her career and how a medical condition stopped her from doing the things that she loves. Please welcome star Robinson Peete to iHollywoodTV. Hi Holly, nice to see you. Good morning.
It's nice to see you too, Noah. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great today.
And by the way, you look fabulous. Look at you.
Well, you know, I didn't quite wake up like this, but I got a good team and got me ready for you, Noah.
I love it. I went all decked out for you too. That's right.
I see the leather pants. I see what you're working with.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Well, it's so nice to see you.
You too, babe.
Once again, Holly. So you have had an incredible career as an actor and an advocate. What have you been up to lately, my friend?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I'm kind of supposed to be an empty nester at this point with all 4 kids being adults, but somehow the birds don't all leave the nest. So they're still hanging around, but that's been fun. And so my husband and I have been traveling and kind of doing those empty nestery things. I have a show that we loved working on called Queen's Court on Peacock and Bravo that I co-host with my husband. I've got a really fun show called Lego Masters Holiday Bricktacular that's coming on Fox on, I think, December 10th. So just having fun, doing all the things still.
Now, Holly, how did you first notice that you were having, a health issue, having OAB symptoms, and how did you accommodate them?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. So OAB is overactive bladder, and it's a chronic condition that has symptoms that affect approximately 33 million adults in the U.S., but I didn't know what this was. I just noticed I had to go, like all the time, like right now. I had to go. And it was, the symptoms include leakage and urgency, leakage episodes, urgency and frequency. And it was cramping my style. We're doing my Hallmark movies and I'm layered up with all this Christmas clothes and, trying to peel them off. And then they're making fun of me on set because they're like, oh, the number 1 is 10-1. That means like
what is wrong with Holly? Robinson Peete.
Yeah, like what? Like they're calling me 10-1. I'm gone all the time. Like what's happening? But I just thought it was just like aging. I'm a certain age. I thought, okay, well, you're getting older. Maybe it's menopause, something like that. But turns out it was overactive bladder. But I didn't even know that until I talked to my girlfriends about it. They made me feel more comfortable talking to a doctor. I talked to my doctor, and he recommended Gemtesa, that I try Gemtesa. And he told me that there could be some side effects like urinary retention, allergic reactions, swelling of the lips and face, a headache, UTI, sore throat, runny nose, diarrhea, nausea. But my doctor told me this would be a perfect fit for me. And I've noticed an improvement in my OAB symptoms, and it's really helped me get some of my life back.
Wow. Now, how common is this? Is this more common in women than men, or, talk to us about that?
Yeah, well, approximately 33 million adults in the United States have this, and it's way more common than I knew it was. It's a chronic condition also, so meaning that a treatment will reduce symptoms, but not eliminate them, right? So it's important that you stay consistent with your treatment regimen. And also I'm telling people to check out timetogo.com where you can find out more about OAB and Gemtesa.
And speaking of this going on for quite some time, how long did you let this go until you consulted with the doctor to find out it was OAB?
About a year, at least a year, maybe even 2 years of me, not going to concerts. I wanted to go to Beyonce, and I was like worried about, a porta potty.
I can't even stand up to dance with Beyonce. I got to go to the bathroom. What the heck's going on with me?
Dude, it was messing me up. No, I got things to do in life. I mean, even like flying, I like to travel. Like I said, we're empty nesters. I want to travel, I want to go places. I was mapping out bathrooms everywhere, restaurants. I was working out at home because I didn't want to be at a gym and having to, maybe have an issue there. So these were things that were really chronically bothering me. And I'm so happy that I had this conversation with my doctor and learned about what OAB was.
And speaking of OAB, how did you work with your doctor to find a treatment that was right for you? And what kinds of questions should you really ask before starting the treatment?
I mean, ask any question you want, any question that's on your mind about your health and what's going on. But I think it's important to share the symptoms, like what you're experiencing, what's going on with your body, and then your doctor can come up with a suggested, way to help with OAB. And again, I think the biggest takeaway that I'd like to put out there is just that this is a chronic condition that is very common, and I think people don't know that. So talking to your doctor is going to give you all the information you need. Don't be embarrassed. Find out what's going on with your body. Listen to your body. All of these things. But I think it's just in general, what I learned just talking to my girlfriends was not to be afraid to have this conversation with your doctor.
When we come back, Holly will tell us all about the HollyRod Foundation and her time from working on Sesame Street. More after the break. Welcome back. I am joined with Robinson Peete this morning. So, something that you recently shared, Holly, was for Giving Tuesday was the HollyRod Foundation. HollyRod has been supporting and advocating for families impacted by Parkinson's and autism for over a quarter century. That's pretty incredible. Holly, why is the foundation so important to you, and why should we all help give a little this holiday season?
Well, when my dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease back in the 80s, a long time ago, there was no Muhammad Ali or Michael J. Fox. There was no face of Parkinson's, and we didn't know a lot about Parkinson's. Yeah. And so we wanted to support him. My dad was the original Gordon on Sesame Street, if you're old enough like me to remember him. He started that show, and he was an amazing writer and all kinds of awesome things in the business. And Parkinson's really cut him down in the middle of his life. And we knew, Rodney, my husband, Rodney Peete, and I decided that we wanted to help other families impacted by Parkinson's. And then in 2000, when our RJ, our oldest son, was diagnosed with autism, we knew, like Parkinson's, there wasn't a lot of information on autism, and we wanted to share and advocate for those families as well. And yeah, I can't believe it's been 25 years, but here we are, still talking about it, still supporting these families. And even though yesterday was Giving Tuesday, it's giving time every day, honey. You can give all day of every day of the week. So that's right. Please support HollyRod. Yeah. If you don't support HollyRod, support something.
Absolutely. Support HollyRod Foundation this holiday season, you guys. By the way, I love that you actually made your TV debut on Sesame Street. Oh, I grew up watching that now. I love Sesame Street. I love a little Elmo now.
I was a little bit of a Nepo baby because my daddy was the star. But P.S., I had a fight to get on there. I just begged and screamed to get on there, and finally got on and had one line and blew my one line. I was supposed to say hi, Gordon, and I kept saying hi, Daddy, and I'm still traumatized by that. That's you. I wanted everybody to know that was my daddy because he wasn't at home. He was on Sesame Street.
That's really cute, though. When you really think about it, like, oh, little Holly.
It was cute. It was cute, but it was traumatizing at the time. But now, I mean, it's such a cute story, and my kids like to laugh at me about it.
And speaking of Sesame Street, what do you remember that show teaching you as a young kid, getting to be part of something that is still so beloved to this day?
Listen, Sesame Street, what people don't realize is this show started in 1969. A lot of people weren't born yet. Yep. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on in this country. There was no programming that had children that looked like me. And this was a revolutionary show geared towards children in the inner city so they could see and be seen and see themselves on TV. So it was a pioneering, revolutionary show. And I'm so proud that my dad was that original Gordon and came down there in episode 1 and said, "Hi, I'm Gordon. Welcome to Sesame Street," and introduced the world to everyone from Big Bird to Oscar the Grouch. It's a really cool legacy to have, and I'm very proud of that.
Mm-hmm. Oscar the Grouch. I love Oscar.
He loves trash.
I love them all. He loves trash, just like the Grinch, right? Come on now, By the way, Holly, speaking of the holidays, the third annual Lego Masters Celebrity Holiday Bricktacular. I like
That's
that.
a lot of words.
Bricktacular
You said that
premieres-
so much better than me. I cannot get that whole title out.
I know, it's like, that's a long one. Premieres Tuesday, December 10th, and Tuesday, December 17th at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time Pacific on
That was
Fox.
so much fun.
And you are part of this
That was
special.
so
Oh my God, it
fun.
looks like a whole lot of fun. I wished I was there, but you and other stars are competing in jaw-dropping holiday-themed challenges for charities. What challenges can we expect to see from you, Holly?
So I love building Legos, but I mean, my son, RJ, who has autism, he is a Lego. He's a Lego master, and so I kind of did it for him. But we had to freestyle, right? We didn't come with the kits. We had to build like just from the bricks in front of us, and we had Lego masters with us. We were paired up, but it was so much fun, and I can't wait for it to come on. And I played for HollyRod, of course.
And knowing that your son loves Legos, did you get to take him to the set with you?
Yes, he came. We had a great time. I wanted him. The set was so amazing. The designs and things that they had was just because it was a whole Christmas holiday Lego set, and it was just it was a fantasy world, and I needed him to see that, so he came down to visit me.
We got to take a quick break, but when we come back, Holly discusses her reality series Queen's Court. So come on back. We are back with Holly Robinson Peete this morning. So, Holly, Queen's Court has become such a hit on Peacock. I mean, this is a reality dating series hosted by you and your husband. So, talk to me on how the idea came about for this show.
Yeah, we just finished the second season, and we've got another one in the can that's going to come out soon. We really loved it. My husband and I have been married almost 30 years. We know a little something about relationships. We are not experts. Lord knows we're not, but we do know a little something. And it was fun to be able to, be with people that are in our age bracket, our age range, and just help them find love. These are women who have lived out loud and have shared a lot of their stories. And it was fun helping them find love. We really, really were very invested in the whole process.
And by the way, the show is so popular that it is airing on Bravo now. How cool is that? I mean, that's
It's so
cool
because it gives the Bravo audience a chance to discover Queen's Court. And then once you fall in love with it, you can go over to Peacock and binge the whole thing.
Yeah, just binge watch the entire seasons of it all. By the way, being a host on that specific show, how is that like to step into the hosting world on a reality series compared to acting like in a movie for Hallmark Channel? As those are two different
Totally
things.
different genres, but I love all of them. I love hosting. I love unscripted TV. I love acting. You name it. I'm gonna do it. So I love it, but it is different. There are definitely different muscles you have to flex, and I think the biggest muscle flexing was working with my husband, because that's a whole nother thing. When you work with your husband, I was trying to be nice to him, but he was getting on my nerves. I couldn't help it. But he was so invested. When we first got offered the gig, he was like, "What do you got me doing?" And then by the end of that, he was way, way too invested. So we had a good time, and I'm hoping we get to do more seasons.
Absolutely, indeed. And by the way, one of the incredible things that you have done recently is you got to be part of LA Fashion Week and be the only woman to walk in Frederick Anderson's Blue Jacket fashion show benefiting Zero Prostate Cancer. I mean, how honored were you to get the opportunity to walk the runway? Because I love the whole blue outfit of it all.
Oh, well,
Holly.
Frederick Anderson also was our designer for our HollyRod Foundation gala. So he's already like my bestie, my fashion bestie. But he has an amazing organization for prostate cancer, and my husband's friend was recently diagnosed, so it hit home for us. And yeah, it's usually a show that men walk in, but he asked me to open it and be the only woman, so no pressure. I did it, and one of his beautiful blue suits, and I love that blue because it's Dodger blue, and I'm a big Dodger fan. And so it was a really great show, and I was just honored to be part of it.
Well, Holly, thank you so much again for coming on iHollywoodTV. Tell us where we can keep up with you on socials.
I'm everywhere on socials at Holly R. Peete, P-E-E-T-E. I'm on all the platforms there. And then again, make sure to go to timetogo.com if you want to find out more about OAB and Gemteza.
Yes. Well, Holly Robinson Peete, thank you so much once again. You have a nice holiday season, and thank you for speaking with me on iHollywood TV. It was so much fun.
Always fun. Always a pleasure.
Coming up next, we got a visit from Richard Shadyac. He joins me to talk about giving this holiday season with St. Jude. We'll be right back in a moment. Our next guest was named the President and Chief Executive Officer of ALSAC, the fundraising and awareness organization for St. Jude in July 2009. He serves as ALSAC's 6th CEO since the organization's founding in 1957. Richard Shadyac joins me today to discuss the importance of giving this holiday season. Hello, Rick. Good morning.
Hi, Noah. How are you today?
I am doing well. Very nice to see you, Rick. So because of generous donations, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. So Rick, talk to me about why now this time of the year is so important to give.
I'm so glad you started with our foundational promise, which we made in 1962, that no family would ever receive a bill from St. Jude. It's what I think really does make us unique. This time of year is critical to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and to other charities because this is the time of year when people open up their hearts and their wallets to support causes that are meaningful to them. A lot of charities derive a significant portion of their overall annual revenue in November and December. It's a period of time where we all give thanks. We all should be grateful. And one of the ways that we can give back for all the things that we have received in our lives is to support causes that are important to us. And one of those causes I hope people find to be St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Now, Rick, when St. Jude opened in 1962, childhood cancer was largely considered incurable. Since then, fast forward now, St. Jude has helped push the overall survival rate from 20% to more than 80%, and they will not stop until no child dies from cancer. I mean, what a mission that is to continue to fight for each day. But Rick, talk to the viewers about what St. Jude strives for each and every day.
Well, we've made remarkable progress in the fight against childhood cancer. There's no question about that. If you take the most common form of childhood cancer, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL, when we opened our doors in 1962, the survival rate was 4%. So think about that. 96 out of 100 kids would pass away and pass away quickly. You fast forward today, due in part to the research and treatment done at St. Jude, the survival rate is 94%. And you mentioned the overall survival rates having grown from 20% to 80%. But cancer remains the leading cause of death by disease in U.S. kids today. And then if we broaden the aperture a little bit here, we start to think about the world. Over 400,000 kids around the globe are going to get cancer. And survival rates in these low and low middle income countries can be 20% or less. And St. Jude has set an audacious goal to try to raise survival rates from 20% to 60% in the coming decade. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is distributing free cancer medications to about 120,000 of the 400,000 kids around the globe in an effort to raise these survival rates. So that's what the St. Jude mission is all about. It's about finding cures and saving children's lives.
Wow, that's really incredible. I mean, St. Jude does extraordinary work, and, being able to work for St. Jude, how has working for them impacted you, Rick, and changed the way that you look at life as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital has really helped out so many people over the years?
Wow, what a question, man. It's completely changed me as a person. So for the first 27 years of my professional life, I was a Washington, D.C. lawyer and was a trial lawyer. And I was on the board of St. Jude when we had a vacancy and was kind of contemplating whether or not to take this job on. But when I got here, I met the most amazing people, the colleagues that I have the privilege of working with, and I would meet the moms and dads who would come to us after hearing the four most devastating words that a parent can hear: your child has cancer. And I contemplate that all the time. But for the grace of God, that could have been me hearing those words. I have two beautiful, healthy children, and I'm so grateful for that. But when you see these things happen in your life, it changes you as a person. It's made me more compassionate. It's made me more giving. It's made me a better father. I hope it's made me a better husband as well. But I just know that I feel so blessed to be able to come to work every single day to try to impact a mission and impact the lives of people that have just been devastated by hearing, I think, some of the worst news that any parent can hear. So what I would tell people all the time is just let this mission into your heart. If you let this mission into your heart, it's going to change you.
Oh, very well said, Rick. That's beautiful. By the way, I love the St. Jude tie that you have on. It looks very nice.
Well, thank you. I'm wearing my St. Jude tie that's got global, you can see the globe on here, and I want everybody to know that this is a global problem. Pediatric cancer is a global problem, and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is keenly focused on that.
Yes. Well, Rick, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was an honor to have you on iHollywoodTV.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back after this. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you back here next time on iHollywoodTV. Have a great day. Bye-bye.